Did you know that one tiny mistake during an oil change could completely destroy your engine and cost you thousands to fix? It sounds unbelievable, but it happens way more often than people think. In fact, nearly 1 out of every 4 engine failures comes from small oil change errors most drivers don't even realize they're making. So today, we're going to uncover the most common oil change mistakes that could be silently damaging your engine, and more importantly, how you can avoid them. And trust me, make sure you stay till the end, because mistake number 2 alone has killed more engines than you can imagine. Let's jump right in. Mistake number 10, double gasketing. This one is sneaky because you can't even see it happen. It's called double gasketing, and it happens when the old rubber O-ring from your previous oil filter sticks to the engine block. Then when you screw on a new filter, you accidentally stack 2 gaskets together. At first, everything seems fine until your engine starts running. That weak, double-stacked seal can cause a serious oil leak, draining oil fast and leading to catastrophic engine damage before you even realize what's happening. The fix? Super simple. Always wipe the filter mounting surface clean and double-check that the old rubber gasket came off with the old filter before installing the new one. It takes just a few seconds, but it could save your entire engine. Mistake number 9, draining cold oil. Draining your oil while the engine is cold might sound harmless, but it's actually one of the fastest ways to leave behind dirt, sludge, and metal particles inside your engine. Here's why. Cold oil is thick and sticky. It clings to engine parts and doesn't flow freely, meaning a lot of the old dirty oil stays trapped inside. Even the Society of Automotive Engineers, SAE, confirms that oil viscosity changes drastically with temperature. Warm oil flows smoother and carries more dirt out with it. So here's what you should do instead. Start your engine and let it idle for about 3 to 5 minutes. That short warm-up helps thin out the oil so it drains completely, leaving your engine cleaner and better protected when you pour in the new stuff. Mistake number 8, forgetting to remove the oil filler cap. This one's easy to overlook. If you forget to remove the oil filler cap before draining the old oil, you're creating suction inside the crankcase. That suction slows down the oil flow and traps old dirty oil inside. So always remember, before you start draining, pop open the oil filler cap. It allows air to flow freely and helps the old oil drain out faster and more completely. If you found this video helpful so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really supports the channel and helps me keep creating videos that save you money and protect your car. Mistake number 7, overfilling the oil. Many drivers think that adding a little extra oil can't hurt. In fact, some even believe it offers extra protection. But the truth is, overfilling your oil is one of the most dangerous mistakes you can make during an oil change. Here's what happens. When there's too much oil in the engine, the crankshaft ends up whipping that excess oil around like a blender. It mixes air into the oil and turns it into foam. That foamy oil can't lubricate your engine properly. Instead of protecting the metal parts, it causes increased friction, overheating, and blown seals. So always pour slowly. Let the oil settle for a minute and use the dipstick to double-check your level. You want it right at the recommended line, not above it. Mistake number 6, forgetting to lubricate the oil filter O-ring. This is a small step most people skip, but it can create a big problem later. When you install a new oil filter with a dry O-ring, it can twist or tear as you tighten it down. That small tear leads to a poor seal, which causes leaks. Even worse, the dry O-ring can bond to the engine block, making the filter nearly impossible to remove next time. The easy fix? Before installing the new filter, dip your finger into a bit of fresh oil and lightly coat the O-ring. That thin layer of oil helps the gasket seat properly, seals better, and makes it much easier to remove during your next oil change. Mistake number 5, stripping the drain plug by over-tightening it. Now this one's painful, literally for your wallet. A lot of people think the tighter you crank that drain bolt, the better. But that's not how it works. Over-tightening can strip the threads in your oil pan, and fixing that can easily cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You only need to tighten the plug enough to crush the washer and create a proper seal, nothing more. If you have a torque wrench, use it and follow the torque specs listed by your vehicle's manufacturer. A properly tightened drain plug keeps your oil where it should be, inside your engine, and saves you from expensive repair bills down the road. Mistake number 4, using the wrong oil filter. Not all oil filters are created equal. Some cheap ones look similar, but have different threads, weaker bypass valves, or incorrect sealing surfaces. If you use the wrong filter, you can end up with low oil pressure, leaks, or even complete engine failure. Always double-check the part number before installing, and stick with trusted brands that meet or exceed your car's OEM, original equipment manufacturer specifications. Spending a few extra bucks on a quality filter is way cheaper than replacing a damaged engine later. Mistake number 3, trusting the first dipstick reading after adding oil. After pouring in fresh oil, most people immediately grab the dipstick, check the level, and think, perfect, it's full. But that first reading is usually wrong, and it can trick you into overfilling your engine. Here's why: the oil hasn't yet flowed through all the tiny passages and into the new filter. That means the oil level looks higher than it really is. So here's the correct way to do it. After adding oil, start the engine and let it idle for about 1 minute. Then shut it off, wait another minute to let the oil settle, and check the dipstick again. That second reading is the real oil level, and it's the one you can trust. It's a small extra step that keeps your oil at the perfect level and prevents future problems like foaming or pressure loss. Mistake number 2, ignoring your driving habits when setting your oil change schedule. Now this one is huge and probably the most overlooked mistake on the list. Most drivers blindly follow the mileage interval in the owner's manual without thinking about how they actually drive. But your driving habits can change how fast your oil breaks down. For example, if you often take short trips under 5 miles, sit in stop-and-go traffic, or tow heavy loads, your oil wears out much faster than normal. In those severe driving conditions, your oil can lose its protective properties up to 40% sooner than expected. So instead of waiting for the manual's recommendation, it's smarter to change your oil about 30–40% earlier if your driving falls into these tougher categories. That small adjustment can prevent serious wear and help your engine last years longer. Mistake number 1, using the wrong oil type. This one's at the top for a reason. Your engine isn't one size fits all, and neither is the oil you put in it. Using oil that's too thin won't protect your engine when it gets hot, while oil that's too thick can strain your oil pump and cause sluggish lubrication on cold starts. That's why you should always match both the viscosity grade and certification exactly to what your manufacturer recommends. Choosing the correct oil isn't just about performance, it's about engine life. It's one of the simplest things you can do to keep your car running strong for hundreds of thousands of miles. Bonus tip: install a magnetic drain plug. If you really want to give your engine extra protection, consider upgrading to a magnetic drain plug during your next oil change. This small, inexpensive part has a built-in magnet that captures tiny metal particles floating in your oil, the kind that are too small for even the best filters to catch. Those microscopic metal bits come from normal engine wear, and if they stay in the oil, they can slowly grind away at your bearings and internal parts. By trapping them early, a magnetic drain plug keeps your oil cleaner and your engine healthier for just a few extra dollars. It's one of those little upgrades that quietly pays off in the long run. 3 free habits that protect your engine after every oil change. Now here are 3 habits that cost absolutely nothing, but can make a huge difference in how long your engine lasts. First, check your oil level about a week after every oil change. Some engines, especially older ones or those used for towing or long drives, can slowly consume oil over time. A quick dipstick check ensures you're still within the safe range and gives you peace of mind that everything's running smoothly. Second, always inspect under your car for small oil drips or spots during the first few days after an oil change. Even a tiny leak from the drain plug or filter can grow into a bigger problem if ignored. Catching it early can save you from running low on oil or damaging your engine without realizing it. Third, keep an eye on your oil pressure warning light. If it ever flickers or stays on, don't keep driving. Pull over safely, shut off the engine, and check your oil level right away. Low oil pressure is one of the fastest ways to destroy an engine, and acting fast can be the difference between a quick fix and a total rebuild. These 3 simple habits take less than 5 minutes, but they add an extra layer of safety every time you change your oil. Remember, oil changes aren't just another item on your maintenance list. They're your engine's life support system. Every mistake you avoid and every small step you do right adds miles to your engine's life and keeps more money in your pocket. So take your time, do it properly, and your engine will thank you with years of smooth, reliable performance. If you found these tips helpful, hit that subscribe button And stay tuned for more simple smart car maintenance advice that'll help your ride stay strong for years to come.